with me in high school. I'm tired of those stories about that. Father Logan?
Yes, sir.
I want you to know that my wife is not here, but she's also 100 years old. So there. Listen, this is a fun day for all of you, and I want every last one of you graduating all just to thank you, Lordy, to don't even try telling your mother that this is her Mother's Day present. Little lying dog. It is not her present. The woman is broke. She's got nothing left. And some of you even went out and had children while she was paying for it. So just stop it. I want every one of you to, when you finish here, on this hallowed ground, don't go home. Go someplace, but not back home, for God's sake. Go someplace and write often, but not for money. Why do you think they sent you here? They sent you here because when you were born, they said, and we will give the child love and kisses and a fine education, and then they will go on and graduate from college and get out of here. And look at you. Look at every one of you, scared to death. Don't know what to do. Talking about facing the real world. Well, you've been out there and you begged the real world to death. You got no money left. Now let me help you with this. Langston Hughes. What happens to a dream? Say it. That's right. And I want every one of you to look at that as a challenge. Dream deferred. And then Langston goes on, does it shrivel, does it do this, does it do... But the point is, what do you do when your dream is deferred? And who are you? What are you going to do with this education? What? Most of you really think that you have this diploma, it's a credential, and now you go look for a job. Well, you heard the governor and every politician, cuts, people fired. So there's nothing for you. Dream deferred. But what are you going to do? You were created by God. God gave you this brain. Somebody else's business is not the only thing on the face of this earth. And I want you to begin to think. Think like you were given what your grandmothers and your aunties say and your uncles. That intelligence that they saw, that you have, but you were scared of, because it meant you had to work it. And they kept saying to you, you can do it, you can make it. They saw in you more than you saw in yourself. But now it's your turn to see yourself. And I'm here to help you. The dream deferred is here. Cuts. What are you going to do about it? I'm in the locker room with you. I'm your coach, and I'm telling you, you got to go out there and win. What does that mean? That means talking to each other. You've got the intelligence. Sure enough, proven. You know how to get information more than ever before. Press a button, anything you want comes up to tell you how it happened and how the person did it. Oprah Winfrey Show. Oh yes, I was there and I noticed we needed something to cut toenails and nobody had it, and I decided to get toenail cutters from the day, and now I'm a multi-billionaire. And you sit there and watch. Dream deferred. No, not you. Because I want you to think. I want you to think about being that long word, entrepreneur. But I want you to think about starting small. You don't have to look like a 57-story building. I want you to start out in the basement. I want you to start out small. And with 4 or 5 of you just getting together and working it out. I want you to start out thinking about winning, and that deferred dream no longer a nightmare. That deferred dream while you're thinking becomes something that's so exciting in you, you can feel your body tightening up as you start to drift off to sleep because the ideas are coming. But this time it's not because of marijuana, which will keep you in the bed instead of getting up. I'm talking to you, the intelligent people, all of you that these people have come to see, hoping that you don't come home. Talking about, I don't know what to do. They can get tired of that, you know. I want you to win. For goodness sake, do not take on any business that has any ring of not-for-profit. This is the United States of America. Capitalism show enough. We're not out here talking about not-for-profit. That's a trick. And a woman. So she said amen, and I said, and a woman. I've been taught that. I want all of you to just look at yourselves and be not afraid when you walk across here and pick up the whatever and walk off. Don't be afraid, because those steps, you've got to look back and see what you did to get here. And you've got to look at the professors who looked at some of you and said, if you don't get started, you're not going to finish. And somehow you woke up. And you need to. You need to look over at those professors, especially the ones that didn't give you what you thought you deserved. But you judged yourself. You judged yourself. And now it's your turn to start judging yourself. What grade are you going to give you when you're just there sitting with your dreams deferred because the government stole your money? Yes, it was your fault. You could vote. You could get out there and beat the drums. Yes, you're as guilty as anybody else. And I'm telling you now, there's more work for you. Because if you have no job, then I want you to think black, African American. I want you to remember the people who gave to you money that they had. Here, take this, put it in here. They gave. People who volunteered. People who gave some of you clothing because you had none. Think black. And then I want you to give back. I want you to go to the churches. I want you to volunteer your body to grab these little kids who have parents who have neglected them and are not teaching them and not putting education where your parents and your family put it. I want you to go in there and volunteer. Those of you who come from the projects and the lower economic areas, walk on back in there. And all those little kids standing around thinking they know something, but they know nothing because they've been taught nothing. And they're neglected. Put your arm around them and talk to them like Jesus has. Oh yes, I hear all of you talk about Jesus and God, but that's a job they have, isn't it? That's not true. Because Jesus is in you. And God is in you. And if you're Muslim, Allah is in you. Oh yes. Muslim, great statement by Muslims. Trust in Allah, but tie up your camel. I'm going to leave it out there a little while, and then someone have a discussion with each other about it. Trust in Allah, but tie up your camel. You can say Jesus and God all you want, but as you look around at these children who are neglected, it's not for us to look at them and say, well, there'll never be anything. It's for us to reach in. If you're not working, go to your church, go to the community, go to the Boys and Girls. I'm volunteering to teach math.
Right.
I'm volunteering to make science important to these kids. Give me one, give me two. I can't be here every day. But I'm from Lincoln University. And that's what we know. We know how to volunteer because we have a pride. This is Lincoln. Has been. And I graduated from Lincoln. Tell them. Take that pride with you. The pride of those who have become famous. And those, you said, oh yeah, so-and-so went to Lincoln. They graduated from Lincoln. And you too. You don't have to make a big name for yourself. And by all means, please do not go around saying, if I can save one person. No, that's not enough. It's not enough. You've got to save a whole ton of them. And I'm telling you that the revolution is in the home. If you don't teach your children, they will grow up according to what's on the corner. Straighten your children out. Your children are your children. Read the relationship between God and Jesus. To the point where Jesus said, Father, why hast thou forsaken me? Now that's God and Jesus. And Jesus had a whole bunch of things he could do. Parents, good parents, don't try to raise a best friend. They try to raise a child strong as an oak tree, male or female, and listen to them. Oh, you can pout, we're used to that. You can even have a fit. Our firstborn daughter, she was 4 years old, wanted something, and I said no, and she fell out all on the floor, kicking, and I fell out too. And she stopped and looked at me, and I kept it up. And she just shut up after that. I've been here longer. Don't let your children pull a game on you. You're too old for this. Well, I got a 2-year-old kid. I don't know what to do. How old are you? I'm 28. You got 26 years on this guy.